Hello, welcome back. If you're here. It's not really that noticeable, but I did kind of come back around and clean up a little bit of these sketches from yesterday. It's not that much, but I kind of fixed the cape a little bit around here. A little bit of whatever Ace has going on here. And I went back and fixed whatever was going on with the knee pads over here. Oh, and I also added the little Hearts logo on the shield thing. I should add it on here too, but I'll do that later. And I don't feel like finishing out drawing this weapon, but it's basically just a pole arm with a spade on top, you know? Like the actual card soldiers. So now let's draw Cater. Let's work. Excuse me. Let's work on Cater. I need a very specific Cater. I want to draw him with that more serious look on his face. You don't see it that often because he's always like half smiling or whatever. I just need to find a good reference for like a more serious face. Just put that off to the side. Yes. That'll do. That'll definitely do. I have my references prepared. I'm gonna do something a little. The reference image I have of his face is the other way. And sometimes it's hard for me to mirror that. So I'll just do this. I really do need to flip the canvas more anyway. Also, Cater's eye shape in general is just one that I struggle with. Same with Floyd. They have the same kind of, like, droopy eyes that I just am not good at drawing all the time. I don't draw them that often. The eyebrows to look too thick. It's got like medium eyebrows. And not just lines on his face, but tell that they're very much eyebrows. They just need the right amount of detail. I put them. I'll worry about the diamond later. Should be here. So that way when I flip it back, it's already in the right spot. I am smart. Well, now that I'm looking at this, I kind of want to give him not his usual. Like I kind of like the Bombery haircut. I feel like that would look good here. It looks too good. I'm gonna do it. They don't need to have their exact normal hairstyles, honestly. I can have fun with it. Hello! Mercury! I just listened to I Wanna Rock by Twisted Sister, Let's Groove by Earth, Wind, and Fire, Bang Your Head by Quiet Riot. Nice. I have been drawing this Fire Emblem crossover thing for like the whole week. I am obsessed. Because I actually do want to manage to get through all of the characters. Well, not all of the characters, but like, you know, the important ones. Anything beyond like Staff and Grimm is a maybe. And then anything else beyond that is like I don't think I'll get to that. Yeah. And I'm also giving Cater a different haircut than usual because I think it'll look good. Nice. Oh yeah, I don't know if I actually mentioned it. I know I posted a picture about this, but me and my dad fixed our PlayStation. so happy we got it to work. Because it was hard to figure out what was wrong with it. Especially when we were like looking at videos of people fixing like old PlayStations that had like similar issues. But like out of all those similar issues, none of it was the issue that we had. It was so funny because like we were like looking at it. Because the second port was fine. But the first one, the important one, it wasn't working. So we're like, what is the difference here? And when we were looking inside of it, there was like this little piece. There's like this little piece in the port where you put the plug in. But the first one, that little weird piece that was supposed to come down to touch the controller port or whatever, it was pushed up. As, like it got stuck up there. So, because we didn't have any like tiny little needle nose pliers or whatever, like really tiny little tweezers, my dad just took a little sewing pin to try and get that thing down. And it worked. We just had to jam a sewing pin in there to free the little piece that was stuck. And now it works. It turns on, it reached the controllers, it's working. Now all we need to do is find memory cards. But now we got it working and we have at least some games now. Because, I don't know, when we were younger, we definitely had quite a few games. Yeah. I feel like I did kind of a weird job explaining it, but like, yeah, it was like, I was looking at videos, trying to figure it out, and all we had to do was just put a needle in there. I'll go listen to Ride the Lightning by Metallica, Locomotion by OMD, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. Bye-bye. Bye, Mercury. Thanks for dropping by. Enjoy your groove and soul. Adriana Bessie! Hello! Soomville is with us today. I just felt like having Bill here. Oh, I don't know if you were here. But we have Ruggy's birthday card. Doesn't he look handsome? He looks bored out of his mind though, but he looks handsome. And his jacket is different from Sebek's. It's like the same thing as Sebek's, but there's more accessories on this one than Sebek's. I can't wait to see this one. I need to show my friend she loves Ruggy. The Ruggy stands are eaten. Ruggy enjoyers are being fed. I don't really care that much about him. It's always nice when, like, you see of your friend's character and you're just like, I have to show you now. I'm reading more fanfics to see if I can add a bit more to my story. Ooh, yes. Gathering research. Inspiration. This girl has a thing with the Overblock boys. Ooh. I don't want to worry too much about what the rest of his hair looks like. It's pulled back anyway. King of Hearts Adriana wants to roll with Riddle, but not as a couple. Queen of Pride is the same as King of Hearts. Interesting. I like that. Sea Witch just wants to kill Azul, as she also mind controlled Floyd, so Floyd almost kills his own brother. Ooh, angsty. Also, Floyd and Jade have a huge fight before the battle, so the mind control makes it worse. Ooh. The twins be fighting. I am not going to worry about the arm right now. Anyways, Ginny wants to be a better version of Jamil by being nice with Tony, almost killing Jamil. Ooh, that's interesting. Fairest of them all just wants to be pretty and offer Villain Apple, which Rook takes and eats to save him. Ooh, dramatic. Rook is fine though, he doesn't die. No one's killed here! We have near-death experiences only. underworld along with her robot sister Persephone are just Sims. I like how honest that was. Yeah, they're just Sims. Okay, well, Persephone just be friends. Ortho while her sister flirts and controls Ida with the pomegranate. These are different. And also, Queen of the Underworld has an unhealthy obsession with Ida. Nice. Ida just seems to attract the crazies, doesn't he? And at first, it was because they share their love of robots and gaming, but she fell for him. There was something about Ida Shroud. Why are you lagging? Why are you lagging? They share a kiss though, it was because Ida was mind controlled. Also, the reason she overblocked was because Ida was gonna end her to get the soul piece to bring Audrey Adriana back. Ida the only one who gets a smooch on the lips. Ida's just the special one. We love Ida here. As one cannot be a true ortho enjoyer without also finding Ida's character funny and interesting. They're very important to each other. You cannot separate. Dragon Adriana also is also in love with Malleus, but not unhealthily like Queen of the Underworld. Nice. Dragon sings once upon a dream to keep people dreaming and even make Silver prick his finger on the spindle. Silver, no. Also, Dragon was more understanding and would have listened if Lilia didn't ruin it. I wanted it to be Sebek, but I made it Lilia. I mean, I feel like it fits for Lilia. Trying to give out wise words of wisdom, but they just are not heeded. I will probably come back to this because it is a little hard for me right now to figure out what I am looking at in the reference. The reference concept art is a little sketchy. So like I have to actually like look over at it and like really try to study it. Maybe even shine a little bit of a flashlight on here because the colors are kind of dark. Like, I got the idea of what's supposed to be going on here. Although I think I made this a little bit too this like corset thing isn't really a corset thing. It's like bigger than that. And like it's like over top of the pants. And there's the belts for more knives and daggers. And I want, when I actually, because I want to add a little bit of the weapons on here. I want to make them little diamond throwing knives or something. I want everybody's weapons to at least have a little bit of like, you know, hard soldier vibes. This is hard to connect the leg. Again, I will fix this later because right now it's just kind of like, how am I supposed to convey this? Like the Fire Emblem, like the in-game models, they kind of have chunky legs. But that's mainly because a lot of the characters are wearing chunky pants. Everybody's wearing some baggy pants. But also, like, the character design, the legs kind of just go down to, like, a point. Because, like, the little 3DS in-game models, they don't really have feet. They just have, like, stumpy little legs. It looks kind of cute. Stumpy little chibi legs. It's so fun. Like, the concept art is very anime, but you can still feel a little bit of the vibes of, yeah, these in-game models are not gonna have feet because, it's too much. That is mostly covered up by the hood, I guess. I guess that's what this is called. Also, I don't know what name to give the Horn King when he was. That is a good thing. That's a good question. Gotta do some name research. I mean, I did make the Horn King kiss Crowley when he was still human. Got some drama. Perspective, what is that? This is just a placeholder anyway, and I'll fix it later. think it's curly though. I didn't write lips, cheek, forehead. Interesting. This is a very pointy outfit. I want drama so much. The X's. Add all that seasoning to your writing. Adding all that drama and eggs to seasoning the food. And they're not even dating. The Horn King really wanted to kiss his old best friend. I have not seen you in forever, my old friend. Like, realistically, in such a scenario, it would probably be a kiss on the hand. But we want angst and drama and all the spicy seasoning here. We're not here for realism, we're here for drama. I'm gonna have to move this arm a little bit closer. Or just change the way that just goes over this area. Oh, wait, when the Horn King was human, it'd be by lips. But when he's out of a book and his flesh melted, it's a kiss on Crowley's hand. Ooh. Dramatic. I like that. A little romantic yet gentleman behavior. But also the sad reality, he don't have lips. It's gonna be awkward either way. This thing is kind of like a scar. A little bit of a tattered edge. And poor Crowley having trauma since he thought the Horn King was dead, but no, Mickey set him trapped in a book. Also, I made it so Crowley wasn't a fae, but a normal human who became a fae by the Horn King when he learned magic. Ooh, that's interesting. That is interesting to think about. I like what you're cooking. Keep cooking. It brings forth interesting questions. Also, Crowley Crowley's cane was Mickey's from Kingdom Hearts, but changed. Ooh! Like a magical item that changes its appearance when you touch it. As it adapts to you. That's interesting. I don't think it's that bad. I just need to go back and clean up some of the janky line art because everything started lagging. And maybe fix a little bit. Like, I might fix it a bit. But this is more about getting the idea down. I'm not too picky about it. But that, I'll probably clean up these over the weekend. Maybe. I should. I keep saying things. And I might try to give Ace a weapon in like a holster or something. Yeah. And then we'll move on to Trey on Tuesday. While discussing whatever happens Tuesday. Whatever Twisted Wonderland news comes. But I think I will stop here because the line art needs cleaning up and I can't really clean that up with all the lagging. But yeah, that was fun. And hopefully by next week as well, we can start actually like sketching up the Savannah Claw ideas. Like the actual drafting of that one. That would be fun. Like, this is a fun project to kind of do live. IDK, what Jade and Floyd might fight about, though, to make Floyd mind control. Also, no! Oh no, it's over! We can still yap just a little bit. Just a little bit. Mainly because it was lagging. And, like, it hasn't really even been an hour yet, anyway. It's just that I can't fix the line art if it's lagging. Yeah, I can pull it up, too. I have the list. The list of... Well, it's a little bit outdated, but the list of the Fire Emblem unit types that I want. I kind of forgot I made Leona a tactician, but it makes sense. He be planning. Not necessarily always fighting all the time, but the tacticians in Fire Emblem also are on the battlefield anyway, so. And I forgot that Rook, you know, Rook has a bow. That is literally his character icon, and I forgot that there were snipers in this game. I forgot that snipers existed. So I don't have that on this list. I wrote it down on the new one, but this is an old screenshot, and that's like the only thing that needs fixing. Hold up, did Film Club cards come out yet? No, they have not. We are still waiting for Film Club, Villain, Ortho. I think they're the last ones, too. I think almost all the club cards are complete except for Vil and Ortho. And I really want to see what their outfits would look like. I want to see Vil in one of those silly little director's hats. Damn, that long. Yeah, everybody even pointed it out when this event first dropped, and we got like the overblock cards and the birthday cards, and we're like, man, still no Film Club. I hope that changes next month. Cause I don't care which one comes first, Vil or Ortho. I just want to see what the vibes are for the film club. Cause I'm calling it now. I want them to have the little director berets. At least for Vil, because I think for film club, if I remember from reading some of the card stories, Vil's usually the one directing. In film club, he's not really starring in the films. I want more collabs. I want more events. Yeah. I just want to see what the film club outfits look like. I need to know. I am nosy. I saw someone want a Hello Kitty collab. That would be interesting. I think in the past, Disney and Sanrio probably have done crossover things, but I'm not sure. I mean, if it has happened in the past, then maybe a Twisted Wonderland Sanrio Hello Kitty crossover could happen. Treat it like the Tsum Tsum event. They just come out of nowhere. We don't know why. And I mean, there's a lot of Sanrio little plushy mascot characters anyway. They did. Yeah, so it's like, it's possible. There's a possibility that this can happen. It's just a matter of, will it ever happen? Just the question. Yeah, because I feel like it makes sense that it's happened before. Yeah, I just don't remember. I just don't remember much. So a lot of Pokemon ones. That would be interesting. I don't know about that one. I know Pokemon has done collaborations with quite a lot of things before, but I'm not sure about this. I do see a lot of Pokemon Twisted Wonderland crossover fan art though, and that's fun. I've also tried to come up with Pokemon teams for the characters as well. Mainly limiting it to teams of like 3. Dorm leaders probably getting 4 because they're special. I think I still have some sketches of that too. But I've never been able to finish it. Because I feel like other people are able to do it a lot quicker than I am. And there's like so many Pokemon to choose from. I want one of them to have an Eevee. I feel like that would be perfect for like Ortho or like Appel, I guess. Ortho mainly because, you know, the idea of Eevee is that he evolves into like a bunch of different possibilities. I feel like that fits for Ortho so well. I don't think I ever got to it though. I know I gave Riddle a regular Rapidash. Fiery horse. Riddle rides horses. It is perfect. Along with the fact that Riddle's horse for Equestrian Club was also kind of like very temperamental, not very like nice to get along with, but he gets along with Riddle. So I feel like it fits. A Rapidash. Also, I see a lot of people having Floyd with the most legendaries, only for him to get bored and then dump them. That feels like a Floyd move. That really does feel like a Floyd move. It's like when he in chapter 7 with like the dream, where he's like he encounters an all-powerful genie and he just makes the most mundane wishes. And Jamila's like, what? Why would you do that? It's like, why? Why are you like this? But that's just Floyd. Also, I saw where Floyd had a Sylveon, which confuses me because Sylveon evolutions by friendship, by love, so how? Because Floyd is also nice and gentle. He's just not like that all the time. We only see that part of him with like brief interactions with like the kids during the Halloween events where he's kind of like being nice. That's about it. But I feel like it makes sense. He's not that mean. He doesn't get bored all the time. He just likes excitement. And he does care about people. He just doesn't care about a lot of people. There's only 2 people in this world he cares about, and that's Jade and Azul. Well, true, my Dumbo event. Like, Floyd has his soft spots. He can be nice. And, like, even in some of the card stories with Floyd, and people being scared of him, he kind of ends up defying their expectations, and they're like, I thought you'd be mad, and he's like, nah, this is fun. I think it's his lab coat, his lab coat card story, where, like, I think Ace and Deuce accidentally, like, spilled a bunch of, like, color changes on him, and he's just laughing, and they thought he was gonna beat him up, and he's like, nah. That was funny. Don't worry about it. Floyd's pretty chill. I guess he just has a low tolerance for certain things, but it's hard to figure out what exactly causes it. That's what makes Floyd slightly unpredictable. You don't know exactly what's gonna make him annoyed. Floyd also didn't care for Dumbo until he saw people bully the child and having his mother taken away. Yeah, Floyd's a good dude. He has like a low tolerance for nonsense. But it's also hard to figure it out. Jade is just chaos. Chaos and meticulous planning. I also learned what floatsome and jetsome are. Like, they're actual terms. They're actual terms for certain kind of debris, like ocean debris, when it comes to, like, shipwrecks. Flotsam is more, like, natural disaster related. Like, oh, you couldn't have predicted this happen kind of ship debris where it's like it was a storm or whatever. But jetsam is, like, when you're intentionally destroying something. Or it's like an intentional shipwreck or something. And that also relates to their nicknames in Japanese specifically. The nicknames Rook gives them. Like the spontaneity and like the meticulous planning. And I think that's funny. Which is also where Jade's hatred for Dumbo came from, because Floyd started to defend the boy. Jade is like, nah, Floyd's my brother. There can only be one. I mean, Jade. Jade's like, there can only be one of us. I think now is about a good time to end it now. I do have things to do, sadly. Not just drawing related too, I just gotta clean up a little bit. I gotta clean things up a little bit. And do laundry. Like a functioning adult. Yeah, big sad. Bye-bye. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for stopping by. It is appreciated. I am thankful.